Welcome. It's so nice to meet you, Joseph. And I was wondering if you could tell me a little bit about Neural Capital and what you do there.
Sure. So at Neural, I'm head of IR, or investor relations, and I'm also building an analyst trading desk as well. I come from the blockchain space, and so I was well positioned to kind of mix those two.
Fabulous. And it's so exciting now that crypto's hit the mainstream, right? Bitcoin. What do you think the future looks like as far as that goes? I've been following Bitcoin since its inception in 2008, and I was in Ireland then.
Excellent.
So I'm just thrilled to bits that it's jumped the chasm, obviously, and normal people are wanting to do stuff with crypto. So tell me what your vision is.
Yeah, so at Neural Capital, we kind of take a tech-first approach to this. We think that the technology is really kind of all that matters in that zero step. And then we start to kind of layer on, a value discussion above and beyond that with tokens and kind of the resulting ecosystem that comes from that. So we think that this is actually very much at the beginning. We think that ultimately the conversation that's happening with blockchain and the resulting tokens is one of transactional efficiency, and being able to tokenize all things data related and with data processes. So even though I think as of today we're at $500 billion, we think ultimately that number has a lot of runway. That being said, there will be massive runs and massive drawdowns, and our task is to ensure that we're on the right side of those.
I saw today that Coinbase just issued a directive to their shareholders and venture capitalists to stay away because they've made so much money. What do you think about that?
Look, I think that this is that there are going to be many cautionary tales that come out of this technology, and so take 2017, you could have thrown a dart at a dartboard, and most people did all right in 2017. But as market complexity becomes real, as anti-correlations become real, as we start to, the market gets for lack of a better term, smarter about why these different tokens should be valued in different ways. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge to stay ahead of that. And so, at Neural, we say that the data room around what these assets are and how they move is really all that's going to matter now into the future. And so we think that the market's got to grow a little bit, but I don't necessarily disagree with that. I think some of the I guess maybe uninitiated, if you will, or those that are maybe not as well studied, I wouldn't suggest necessarily as these complexities continue to build for those folks to hop in. One other quick example, right? Like, you don't hear a lot of people say, I'm super excited to hop in and trade Forex. We have Forex traders, and so kind of in as this story continues to grow, I think we'll see that that it needs to be left up to professionals, we believe.
So I guess really there's a lot of hype at the moment. Obviously, the prices that were shooting up at the end of last year and the beginning of this year were astronomical, and I guess that's added to the hype and the interest. But what you're saying is it needs to be leveled out a bit, and people need to learn about the whole ecosystem, really, of crypto.
Absolutely. I mean, this is not to say that anyone should be excluded from trading these assets. That's certainly not what I mean for people to get out of this. But what I would suggest is roll your sleeves up and do the due diligence necessary, because when we see certain assets that don't really make any sense at all from a practical standpoint, and from kind of just a general technological use case, perspective, that's some dangerous territory. And so we're in a massive state of value creation and value capture now. But as these markets become more efficient, as complexity continues to emerge, it's just going to be really important to go into this with the right perspective. And so our kind of thought is we just don't want, and by the way, retail investors will absolutely continue to have a place in this ecosystem, no doubt, just like within the regular markets, or traditional markets rather. But we just suggest roll your sleeves up, do the due diligence, really understand as best you can what this technology is and what it's suggesting, and just put the work into it.
really sound advice. Thank you so much. And looking forward to the panel.
Yeah, you bet. Thank you so much for having me.